Okay, and we are live. Alright, there we go. Alright, welcome everybody, and today we're going to be doing a replay cast. This is between Mustafa and Gigi Persun. Hopefully it's a good replay. So let's check it out. So we got Mustafa here on the bottom of Lagoon as orange infantry, and we got top over here, Persun as the red stealth. Personally, how I feel about this matchup, I feel like early on, Infantry is very dominant in this matchup just because not only do they have ways to deal with the majority of the War Factory units, but, wait, hold on, I'll lower the volume. But they also have a lot of ways to deal with demo bikes really easily because of the fire ports. Not to mention AT Crawler one-shots the demo bike itself. So he's going for a tunnel on the left side. Alright, that's interesting. He's going with the old school GLA build, so going classic 2 tunnels, 1 in the base, 1 on the side. He's actually going double forward tunnel, which is it's just a bit greedy, but it could work depending on how the start goes. He is playing against infantry, so I would normally expect minigunners, like with vet training, to contest the oils, because those are probably one of the very few infantry that can contest the stealth warriors. But it looks like we're not going for barracks. He's got a second supply up. Going for the arms dealer, nothing unusual here. Now he's got the oil cap. He's gonna garrison, anticipating most likely either a dozer or a minigunner, which is a good play. But now he's gonna move forward, but I don't think he's paying attention to this. Oh, he is paying attention, but let's see, does he make it out in time? That trick only works if you have the dozer build up the initial scaffolding. So when you place the scaffold, there's like, you need to have the dozer nearby it to where, like that for example, where it has like the scaffolding frames come by. That's when you can actually block units, otherwise it doesn't work. And we have our first demo bike here. Nothing unusual. He gets the rebel shots so that way he can weaken it to one-shot the dozer. Normally demo bike will barely leave the dozer at critical health. Persun is forgetting to get his supplies, or he's most likely just queuing these up. Yeah, it looks like he's queuing them up. He's losing increments of 200. Hello, RD. Good to see you in the chat. Now we finally have a barracks up. He should have honestly got the barracks first against stealth, in my opinion. Just because infantry has the infantry to actually contest the stealth warriors. Like, I think it's a 3-shot, if I recall correctly, from the warrior to kill a minigunner that's got vet training. This is a good play right here. He's just denying the oils, and he's gonna siege through the garrison area just to make sure. He likes that garrison control. Sending a dragon tank on the side, but it looks like he's probably gonna get hit by the demo trap, unfortunately. Yeah, it was a good play, but Persun was one step ahead there. That was a good play from him. Another dragon tank is being sent to the flanks. It looks like Persun is expanding tunnels to the right side as well. And this is a really big engagement. This is really bad for Infantry here. He's gonna get collapsed on by the Scorpions and the garrison. The crawlers are actually all firing at the garrison, so deal no damage to the army whatsoever, while Persun is getting away with murder right here. And looks like Persun's gonna keep pursuing this. He's got infantry inside of this, but there's just too many units. Like, he can't do anything about it at this point. He has to back out and retreat at this point. But it looks like a dragon did sneak through, but yeah, now he's focusing on the workers, so this is really good economic damage. This should help him buy some time to recover at least. So even if Persun attacks now, he's gonna have very little to defend his base from these dragons. It looks like Scorpion 2 defended the left side while the Scorpion finishes off the Dragon here, but it kills the supply. Empty Crawler gonna try and contest. I don't know why he's sending empty crawlers. Like, at this point, the worst thing you can do is just send the units one by one, because you're just gonna get them picked off like this, and you're just feeding him experience while you're not actually benefiting at all. The only time you should be sending units out is if they're grouped against a GLA, because the best case scenario is that GLA just gets a random pick off and then retreats. That's literally what their faction is specialized in. Looks like Persun is anticipating the next wave of dragon tanks, so he just immediately intercepts it. I was really waiting for a stream like this. Yeah, I don't mind doing more analytical videos, honestly. Games are kind of slowing down on the Contra server. At least for me. I know it's obviously still really like active, but it's just, I don't know, sometimes it's hard to get games of like high level that I would rather want to post on my channel. Looks like he's gonna clear out the garrison area, but in the meantime there's a counterattack on the right hand side, so immediately takes the supply out. Really good play from Persun. As soon as the infantry goes out of his base in order to try and push a little bit, he actually just goes straight for a counterattack. That's the correct play to make. And it's one of the reasons why this build in particular is really good. It's just because you have so much mobility to work with. Whereas if you went the like brute force build with 2 war factories, you wouldn't be able to pull this sort of thing off. Looks like for some reason there's no units getting popped out, but this is overkill. He could have just sent the tractor to finish the crawler off. It was low HP, so now he's probably gonna lose his supply for it. I don't know why he sent all the Scorps. That's one thing you need to work on is GLA probably. Persun is and this is just a general thing. I'm not trying to like badmouth Persun or anything. The one thing you want to do is you don't want to overkill when you're tunnel popping, because having defensive tunnel units always helps out just to make sure that if something like this happened, for example, where a dragon sneaks through, you can't just lose all your workers to it. You will have one Scorpion to at least defend. In that scenario, he could have had potentially been flanked by here, here, and here. So if he pops all his units on one side and puts all his eggs into one basket, then he's kind of in like a rough spot. Dragon does sneak through here and focuses the tunnel. He should probably focus the workers at this point, because there's really no reason to kill the tunnels, because he knows the Scorps are going to come back anyways. It's good kiting micro at least. Let's see, does he get the evac off in time? But yeah, he's AFKing there, but he has to be more active. As soon as you have critically damaged units like this, the first thing you want to do is just send them back to War Factory for repair, because they're gonna die to one shot anyways, so the effective HP is so low, it's not worth the damage they offer. Unless it's like an artillery unit, that's the exception. Dragon's getting sniped here by Demetrap. And game seems to be slowing down a bit. It looks like he's almost rank 3. Whereas Persun, I'm presuming, just hit rank 2. Oh yeah, this is a good play right here. Send the Toxic Tractors first to tank the hits from the RPGs for the demo bike, and then you just kill it. Yeah, that's a good play. This tank hunter I would send forward either to get some vision, or I just put it in a garrison. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing now anyways.
Unit lost.
He got sniped by the warrior that was still there. It's unfortunate. So, it's 2 supplies. Just 2 supplies. Actually, 3 supplies. Okay, this is interesting formation. He's separating the units apart. Oh, he's got GPS. That's quite scary. He's got quite a few units as well, so he's probably gonna pop here.
A warrior has fallen.
I need to focus the tractors, but he doesn't have enough AT crawlers. The AT crawlers are gonna clean up all the infantry, and the Scorps are gonna also clean up all the AT crawlers themselves. Yeah, this is a scenario where I would actually get field engineers inside my crawlers, because if you have tank hunters inside of toxin puddles and you have a field engineer with you, you can actually save the tank hunters from dying. It's actually extremely worth its money. Like, it's 350 for a field engineer, and they're super tanky and they're immune to toxin tractors anyways. So the only way he's gonna kill him is either by crushing demo bikes or he starts mixing in like quads, and you're not gonna be mixing quads anytime soon against infantry, especially at this stage. This is a good formation. He has the infantry armor upgrade, so it's gonna be a lot harder to burst down his infantry. Oh, this is very smart. This is very cheeky but smart. But nah, okay. What he should have done there was he should have just sent the terrorists forward, so that way he can zone off the army and then let his other army flank around and get some pickoffs. That would have been the optimal play. But I think he mismicroed a bit with the RPG in the garrison, so missed opportunity. And now the dragon's just gonna clear up the garrison. Yeah, and he has this huge army, which is really difficult to deal with. But he has the radars. But yeah, there's the assassins. I was waiting for those. His RPG bikes are inside of the toxin podders. They're gonna die very quickly. But the assassins are making very quick work of these tank hunters. So now they're all dead. He actually got insane amounts of money, and he actually does have cash bounty. Speaking of money. Oh, the terrorist is still alive. But yeah, 2 AT crawlers left, both empty. These could be easily cleaned up if he just produces like RPGs right now. Persun actually has a palace already, and I presume he's making German off of the barracks, so that might be why he's not getting RPGs anytime soon. Once he gets German, that's going to be a huge problem for infantry, just because there's very few ways to deal with it. Got a infantry drop. We're gonna see what level it is. While he's preparing his new formation, it's looking like rank 1. Yeah, that's a rank 1 drop, I think. No, wait, grenadiers. I think this is. Yeah, I think this is rank 2 actually. Yeah, it's a rank 2 drop. Yeah, it's looking like he at least cleared out the supply truck, so that was worth it. But that shouldn't work in my opinion. Like, no, if Persun had this captured already. So even though it was a bad play in my opinion, it did work out. So that's good for him at least. Plus, he probably scouted out this anyways with signal mines, as he seen here. But yeah, if Persun had this captured, it would be a lot harder to contest this area. There's the German that we were talking about earlier. He got camo netting on this for some reason, which there isn't really a point of getting camo netting like that unless
has been seen by the enemy.
And see a bomb truck. That is a decent bomb truck. He killed 2 RPGs and an AT crawler with that one. And Germans just having field day. There's no detection, nor is there any MG or grenadier crawlers. So it's very hard to kill him at this point. See if an airfield's coming up. No, he's got an internet center, so we're gonna see some hackers soon, most likely. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. See how hard it is for the warrior to kill? Like, even if the warrior ambushed the, what's it called, minigunner, he'd still lose 1-on-1, and once the startup starts, it's very hard to escape. Like, the damage is very quick. Got another bomb truck coming in. Oh, that's bad positioning. He killed his own German with that. Oh, that actually might be quite game losing, because now he can't German snipe the outpost to allow his bomb trucks to move in. This army's not gonna work against what's it called, head on, but he can kite it slightly with the tractors tanking at least. Yeah, and see, this is what I was talking about. But he's not microing, so he's gonna lose crawlers, and now he got collapsed on because of that. Yeah, that was a good play. He actually forced them into the army, so he got some free hits out of that, and he took 2 crawlers even though he was still trying to run away. Rebuilding his 3rd supply. Persun is looking to get black markets. He's probably also looking into getting a German, as selected by the racks. Let's see, what else is there? Recapturing the outpost. Yep, that's a good play right there. Yeah, he needs bomb trucks. Buggies are also pretty good at this point just because he has no ACMs, but the buggies are pretty useless against the infantry on the ground. But he has German for that anyways. A couple quads mixed in, probably predicting a helix. That's a good play. Oils are captured over there from the minigunners from earlier. He should get a Lotus at some point as well, but he doesn't have the prop center to support it, I presume. Yeah, he's pretty broke. He does have a lot of units though. Denying the 3rd supply with minigunner, that's a good play. Just manual minigunner does the trick. Yeah, he's got buggies with buggy ammo, but he's kind of collapsing way too forward, and yeah, this is way too deep against infantry. Surprised he didn't lose the buggy there. He needs to move out right now. Yeah, this is way too late. He's gonna lose another unit at least. Okay, never mind. He actually managed to get away with that. That's surprisingly anticlimactic. So 3rd supply is up again. I don't know why he's putting terrorists in the garrisons. Pretty useless. Killing the oils, that's actually a really good play because he's gonna get a lot of experience from that.
Our German
Yeah,
Kell has been seen by
massive
the enemy.
experience boost, but German needs to move out now before he dies. German's probably dead here. Yeah, he's
A
dead.
warrior has fallen.
Terrorists get cleared out. This is kind of a bad formation from infantry. He's kind of doing a single file formation. This is a really good formation from Persun because he's getting all his units to attack at once, but he actually doesn't have the armor to DPS to survive this fight, so he's just gonna get straight up brute forced. Yeah, that should have been just more kiting from this side, like now. Like he should have done this from the start, where he just moved in from the side. Maybe buggies in this tunnel and then the main army from here. That would have been way better in my opinion. Garrisoning the evacing, I mean the tank hunters into the toxin puddles. Like he's fine with doing this because he has the armor. He should try and send some bomb trucks to this left oil here so I can at least get really close to rank 4. And once he gets rank 4, he can get more snipers. He could get fake units as well because he doesn't have that yet. Yeah, and also the catch bounty. It's pretty important. Another infantry drop. We're gonna see if it's upgraded or not this time around. Or, alright, rather, I think he garrisoned them inside. No, wait. He's doing a bunker drop with infantry. This is rank 2. Alright.
A beacon has been placed.
Oh, this is rank 3. Yeah, this is a rank 3 infantry drop. He has the
Unit
recoilless,
lost.
I mean the heavy rifleman. But, yeah, the red arrows are on this side and they're pretty useless against the ground army, so... Yeah, this bunker's not going to survive long. If he dropped over, like right over here, then this would have been a completely different engagement, but yeah, that's not going to survive for much longer.
Upgrade complete.
He got the armor piercing rockets just now, so his tank hunters hit like crazy. He's got the helix out as well. Yeah, that bunker didn't survive very long. He keeps sneaking in dragon tanks, which is kind of ambitious at this point just because he's already seen demo traps from earlier and it's quite late into the mid game, so it's very unlikely it's working, and it's more just XP feeding, if anything. Like surely he would expect that at this point. Oh, this is kind of bad timing, honestly. He should have timed the drop when it happened and then waited like 3 or 4 minutes, then spawn the saboteurs. That's the best way to make use of the commando GP, or not commando, the saboteur GP, because it's so little value you're getting. You delay the by what, like 20 seconds extra when you could delay it by 3 minutes. Yeah, that was a heavy waste from Persun. 2 full helixes. This could be potentially game ending, honestly. I don't think he has that many quads, does he? He doesn't have a lot of vehicles, so
A warrior
yeah.
has fallen.
If he has, does he have helix armor? Yeah, he does, so yeah, this is gonna be potentially game ending. There's no way 2 quads is gonna be enough. Especially because he's gonna lose one of the quads now. And he doesn't have any quad turrets either, so. He doesn't have detection though for the palace and some of the black markets, but yeah, this is really bad. I assume he has GPS now, because I don't think he's used it for a long time, so he should have GPS this supply like a while ago. This is good tunnel popping at least. He's trying to constantly kite out to the helixes and bait them in. He's gonna lose 2 quads there, but he doesn't kill 1 helix. Oh boy, this is bad. Yeah, he's losing the supply truck. And another helix is being prepped up. He has a rebel bike there for some reason, not sure why. And I don't know why he's backing out of this. Why is he backing out with the helixes? I guess it's because he doesn't know, but he should kind of infer that from the amount of scorpion spam and tractor spam that was happening in the game, he really won't have that many quads at this point. Like, he doesn't need to wait for the other 2 helixes. He could have just ended the game right there, honestly. Or not ended the game, but at least put Persun so far back that he would be in a really bad scenario, like where Inf would be rank 5 and Persun would still be rank 3. Lack of micro from the outpost. He could have just microed that away, obviously, but that's just tiny nitpicking. But when you play in higher level games, like against some of the veterans like Persun, it's important that you at least manage to like work on the small micro kinks, so that way you don't have to deal with suddenly fighting a rank 5 opponent because of pickoffs. And yeah, this helix army is just gonna demolish the quads. There's no way he can survive against that many helixes. He needs to get to the anti-air, the tier 2 anti-air, the one that deploys the flak guns. Yeah, that's what they're called. Because quads aren't gonna cut it against the helixes at this point. He needs something stronger, and the flak guns are AoE. 2 AT crawlers that are empty. I don't know what's the point of sending empty crawlers. Like, at this point in the game, if you're sending empty crawlers, you should at least send like 6 or 8. You shouldn't be sending 2 alone. This isn't losing him anything, but it's way too risky. Like, there's no reason to just randomly send like units for fodder, especially if they're not achieving much. Like, he could do this exact same thing by sending a field engineer, which gives way less experience, or he could send an outpost, which also gives less experience. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's no point in doing this, but I assume he's doing it because he wants to bait out the tunnel units. But if I was a GLA in this scenario anyways, I would probably just send out Jarman alone, because there's no reason to send all your units at once. And this is a horrible engagement from the helixes, actually. Yeah, this is horrible. If the quads are already popped like this, the last thing you want to do is just send them all in at once. But he actually manages to sneak 1 helix through, so that's good. He can at least try and get some damage done. Probably kill this war factory before another quad comes in here. Yeah, he's force firing to try and kill the quad, but yeah, he killed the helix in time, and looks like the helix crashed onto the building, so it didn't even show the husk. Just a warrior over there, and Mustafa just calls it GG, I guess.
You have been defeated.
That's probably just because he doesn't really have the supplies to handle it. I think at that point he was almost nearly depleted his home supplies. He never really got the third supply on the left as well. That was like always empty. Had he expanded to the third supply on the left, he would have had a much better chance at least standing up in the eco battle. But the main thing was those helixes at the end. He kind of threw the game there. He could have ended the game with the 2 helixes earlier, but he played extremely greedy and tried to group up like 6 helixes and send them to quads that are already popped out. Like you don't want to send air units at anti-air units that are already out. That's the thing. It works if they're still in the tunnels, because then you can at least pressure them to pop from a faraway tunnel. But if they're already popped out, then you can't brute force. But yeah, overall this is a pretty good game. Thank you so much for watching the cast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I plan to do more of these hopefully this summer. And yeah, take care guys.